Hi, my name is Kay from GEM Financial Modeling Academy. So today we are going to talk about timing flags, how to create timing flags when you want to actually show recurring events. So how do we create a situation where we want to create a recurring event, particularly as it relates to loan interest frequency? So if you pay, you want to accrue for loan interest at certain frequent dates, then it will be a recurring event every year or within the year. So how do we create that? So there are two aspects to this. It's either you are creating it as an anniversary annually, a particular month every year, or a number of months in the year. So how do we create these two various aspects of recurring events? So for the first one, which is probably the 5th month of every year or the 2nd month of every year, so how do we create that? The first thing you need to do is to extract the month number from your financial end date. So how do we extract the month number? It's by using the month function. Month function returns the month, a number from 1 which will signify January to 12 which signify December. So tab, and my serial number will be the financial end date, and that will be all. So 31, the month here, which is January, is representing 1. And if I drag that forward, Control Shift forward arrow, Control R, you see that every other month number has been extracted. So for 30th April is 4, that has been extracted, and for others. So we have extracted our month number for all the financial end dates. Then the next thing is we want our loan interest to be accrued for 2nd month of every year. So that will be using a simple if function. That if it requires a logical test, that is where this number is equal to this number. So I'm going to log this number F4 so that it will move as we drag forward. Alright, so this is our logical test. If 2 here is equal to any of this number, then it should show that it is true for our logical test. And when that is true, value if true should return 1, and value if false should return 0. And that's all for that. And when we replicate this forward, to be Control Shift forward arrow, Control R, then you see that 2nd month of every year you have a recurring event. 2nd month of every year. So you can decide to change this to probably the 5th month of every year. So you see that it occurs 5th month of every year. So this is how to create a recurring event which is annual. Then let's go to the second part, which is a number of months. So how do we create this? This will be created using the mode function in Excel. And what does the mode function do? But the mode function in combination with the if function. So I'm going to say equals if tab. The if function requires a logical test. So it is in this logical test that we are going to use the mode function to actually perform the wonders. So mode, so you can see what the mode does, returns the remainder after a number is divided by a divisor. So the mode function actually returns a remainder. So 1 divided by 6, there will definitely be a remainder. It is that remainder that the mode function returns. So 2 divided by 6, yes, there will be a remainder. It is that remainder that the mode function will return. But 6 divided by 6, there won't be any remainder, so it's 0. So the mode function will return 0. So we want to play with that logic. So that will be S tab. Then the mode function requires a number. So we say this is our numbers. The month number that we have extracted is the number. So comma, it requires a divisor. What should it divide it with? Divide it with this number of months, which is like our inputs. So that we can actually change this to any number of months that we intend to have. Alright, so I'm going to lock that with F4 so that it will move as we drag this formula forward. Alright, so that's all about the mode function. But with this requires a test, so we need a logical operator. A logical operator like the equals to sign. So I will say if all this is equal to 0, that is, if the remainder that mode function provides is nil, is 0, then what should you return? So like sorry about that, like 6 divided by 6 will give us a 0, so that this test would have been true. So if that is true, I will say return 1, and if it is false, value if false, it should return 0. Okay, so that's all about the mode function and the if function. The mode function within here is just used to carry out the logical test that if function requires. Then value if true is 1 and value if false is 0. So that's it. Then enter. So let's extend this formula forward. Control Shift forward arrow, Control R. So you can see that every 6 months of every year, every 6 months apart, you have a recurring event. Every 6 months apart, you have a recurring event. You can decide to make it 3 months. This is an input cell, so you can always change that. So you can say 3 months apart, you're having a recurring event. 2 months apart, you're having a recurring event. You can see. So this is how to create a flag for recurring events. Recurring events, 12 months recurring events. So we can see that here every 12th month apart you are having a recurring event. So this is how to create timing flags for recurring events in your model. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe and also hit the notification bell so that you can always get our subsequent tutorials. Thank you.